horsepower gains to custom enhancements, we deliver results. Late model Racecraft. We talking or we racing?
Welcome back to the channel, guys. Behind me is Mr. Reinhardt's 2018 Escalade V. Every time I drive one of these cars, it makes me want one as a daily driver. They drive so smooth, so comfortable, and then you still get, obviously, the performance. It's even factory for these things. But then when we get our hands on it, we take it to the next level with our 800 horsepower package, which is what is standing behind me. We just completed it. Mr. Reinhardt's car, he is from Victoria, Texas. It's only a couple-hour drive, so let me pop the hood and tell you about it. Those of you that have not had the luxury of driving a V3, even in factory form, the seats, the shifter, everything about it, the way these cars ride and drive are so comfortable to me for a daily driver or a weekend toy. And when we get our hands on it, we pick up over 150 rear-wheel horsepower with this package while keeping it on 93 octane and keeping it reliable, which is my main factor when building these cars. Especially something that is as nice as this, you do not want to have to, in my opinion, do anything besides put gas in it and go. So Mr. Reinhardt wanted the nice chop and idle sound. He wanted you to be able to hear it, and he wanted to be able to also, when you're on the highway, kind of keep it quiet like a Cadillac should be. So our 800 package, as y'all can see, we have the Big Gulp cold air induction system. As always, American Racing stainless steel headers. We pull the engine out of this thing. We do our complete cam package, which is cam, springs, retainers, and push rods. We also take the cylinder heads off, put new lifters in it. And as y'all can see on top of it, we do the billet lid, and he wanted the V logo on it that looks, in my opinion, phenomenal with the powder-coated lid. When it comes to the supercharger, this still is the factory 1.7 liter supercharger. We just spin the supercharger a little bit harder because we make the engine more efficient with the cold air headers and cam that I just previously said. By getting more boost, instead of changing the supercharger pulley, we actually leave this factory and we put a lower balancer on it. So we put an ATI balancer on it with a larger ring on it, spins the supercharger harder, gives us more RPM to make the horsepower. So yeah, this package right here is our #1 selling package for the LT4 platforms for a reason, because it's reliable, it's fun to drive, and it sounds badass. So I'm gonna hop in it and go take it for a ride and let y'all see what she can do. Mr. Reinhardt's 18 CTS-V 800 horsepower package complete. Stupid Texas weather. It's beautiful outside, and now I'm getting some small raindrops on me. So I'm gonna try to drive a little bit farther and hopefully make at least one little 60 to 130 pull to test everything out on this car. This car looks, I mean, 18, so 5-year-old, 4-year-old vehicle. Sorry, geez, I can't even do math here. call it a 6-year-old vehicle with 30,000 miles on it. Looks beautiful on the exterior as well as the interior. Exterior's got the nice gold calipers. To me, it looks really good. Just sets it off with the wheel, even the stock black wheels on it. We are on the factory tires, so traction is going to be an issue. I just played with it, just barely rolled into it before I started the cameras in 2nd gear, and it just went all over the place. Traction control on, and I'm going to do a quick 3rd gear pull before the weather gets bad. And if I have time, I'll do a few more if needed. But can't say enough about these cars, guys. They are fun daily drivers if you need a daily driver. And then obviously for a weekend toy to add more power to it, it still drives like a stock car. And it is super comfortable. Again, we can go crazy and make way more horsepower than this, but this is a perfect reliable package that you put 93 octane in it, or 91 depending on what state you're in, and just enjoy your vehicle. You pull into any car show with the dual mode open and even closed, you hear that camshaft. It sounds so good. And then on the highway, if you're ever on road trips, you can close the cap back and it sounds like we are in a completely stock car. The way he has it set up, he has it where the exhaust is just open all the time. But we can set it so when we change it from like sport to track and then back to touring, we can open and close the exhaust that way. Let me check just to confirm. Vehicle, driving mode, engine sound management. Yep, he's got it in track. So it is open all the time. And then I actually have the suspension, steering, everything's in track mode. The suspension will be a little bit stiffer, and this power steering, because it is electronic, will be a little bit stiffer for like road racing and stuff like that. But I like the way it feels in case you do have to take a turn at higher speeds. I like the steering wheel to be stiffer like this. I'm also recording, Jason wanted to record the laptop as well, so y'all can see stuff that I can share with y'all after each run we do, but I at least want to get one out of the way before the rain comes. So again, car's in drive, someone pulls up next to Mr. Reinhardt. Again, I would suggest probably putting a Toyo on this thing if he wants to go from lower than a 3rd gear roll, but let me show you. So manual mode, I'm in 7th, I'm gonna drop it down into 3rd. About 3,500 or 4,000 RPMs, and just roll into it. Yeah, spins really good in 3rd. Brake shift. Yeah, this thing rolls out. For a Cadillac, and you hear the blower whine really good with the billet lid on this thing. So again, it's our 800 horsepower package with the addition of the billet lid, which in my opinion, anybody that has a clean, if you're a car show guy, you're gonna go anywhere and ever pop your hood to show your buddies or your friends. To me, the billet lid is a must on the stock supercharger. A, you get the badass blower whine when you get on it, and then whenever you pop the hood, anyone that looks at it knows right away, damn, that looks good, and you got something done to it, besides from the exhaust with the cam and stuff on it with it loping. So I'm gonna pull over, check out that log, and I might go over it with y'all. Like I said, I think Jason's got a camera on it to kind of show you a little bit about what happens and what I'm looking at in between these pulls. And now that we have the new hub dyno, guys, I might not be doing as many of these street drives, just because now that I have the hub dyno, I can now test all my shift points, stuff that I'm about to show you right now, all in a very safe environment in the shop, without having to worry about tire spin or anything like that. So first off, let's go back. All right, so I always talk about air temps and the superchargers, and the 1.7s can get hot if you spin them really hard. So I always look at, y'all can see right here, these manifold air temps. It's a calculated number. You also have intake air temp 1 and intake air temp 2, One is for the MAF, one is for like the map sensor, and these manifold air temps are calculated numbers. It's not an actual sensor in the supercharger, but it gives you more of an idea of how hot the air is going into the engine. So at the beginning of that pull, y'all can see it's about 149, and as we make our pull, it gets up to roughly 187 at the top. This one is showing 165. So on a stock blower at the speeds that we just did, most people are not going quite that fast. Air temps are still good. And just to show you guys, when air temps do get hot, for safety reasons, we have it pulling out 2.8 degrees of timing. And that's at the very top of the pull. As you can see, it was already hot right when we started because I've been sitting here so long. It started pulling timing out right a little bit in 4th gear, and then in 5th gear when it's under the biggest load, y'all can see is where it starts pulling timing out because it creates the heat. Same thing, this right here is our boost, and if you want, guys, I can do a calculation for y'all. So let's just pick a number. Let's say 183. I come up here, for those of you that need the math, we'll do 183. So 100 is atmosphere, so all we do is type in 83 here. We're making right at 12 pounds of boost in 5th gear. Also, we are checking our shift points because I did put it in manual mode. I need to make sure that the shift points are where I want them to be at. And right there, the 2 to 3 is at 6343, 3 to 4, 6300, and last shift is right at 6400. And again, this car, with this customer, he's not racing it a lot. It is just a toy to have fun with, so I'm keeping it super safe. A lot of times I shift these cars around 66, between 66 and 7,000, depending on what the customer's doing with the vehicle. But in this case, I'm gonna keep it nice and safe here. I might go up 100 or 200 RPMs. And then lastly, I'm not gonna say lastly, I got 2 more things. Timing and fueling. So timing, as y'all can see right here, everything looks good. Knock retard means if it detonates a little bit, it'll pull a little bit of timing out of it. Y'all can see, I'm sharing how much timing I have in this thing at the boost level, which I'm fine with. It is on 93 octane. Y'all can see fuel pressure as well. This is a stock fuel system in it. And again, this is why we build this package where it is, in the horsepower we keep it at. As y'all can see, fuel pressure just drops a little bit, but it still stays above 60. And even at the end of the pull here, y'all can see it's still above 60, so that is still happy. That's the low side, we call it. This is what's called the high side. So 20 megapascals, 21 megapascals. So we're commanding 20, we want it to be 20, and y'all can see through the entire pull, that stays there. So we have plenty of fuel. And then as far as air fuel ratio goes, I don't have the wideband connected, but these are the narrow bands, the 870 and 867. So I can just look at these and get an idea of what the air fuel is. It's not an exact, obviously I need a wideband for that, but I've driven enough of these cars and I've logged this car with wideband in it that I don't need it to know exactly where we're at. And everything here looks great. So let me save. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Again, if you have a Cadillac out there, V3, looking for more performance out of it, give us a call, check out our website, go fill out an inquiry. We have several packages to offer. Those of you that follow our channel and watch it on a daily basis, please comment below. Let me know what you think about this car in particular, in this build, and what you would like to see in the future. I hope you enjoyed this as always, guys. Until next time, peace.